Dandy, and I'm a veteran. They're gonna hire me. They're gonna give me preference, and bro, yes, but you have to kind of like stand out from everybody else. There's got to be a return on investment for the organization or company that does try to hire you. Almost like it's what's in it for them. You know, what's in it for the with them, right? What's in it for them.
ReturnToRoots Podcast. Welcome. Today we bring you Guidel Olivas. He is a Navy veteran with an amazing story to tell, spanning from law enforcement to his days as a active duty service member to now what he's doing with AI. Without further ado, Guidel, welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up, man? How's it going?
Yeah,
Fantastic.
Hey, welcome.
Thank you. No, thank you for having me, man. It's great. Great stories that we've been sharing and chatting about, guys. I'm super appreciative of just everything you guys do and the people you've had. I've seen some of your shows and just want to say thank you, man. It's awesome.
Oh yeah,
Thanks,
dude.
bro.
It's definitely an honor to have you on here, brother. And too bad people won't get to hear what happened in the back chat, but really good catching up. And dude, I'm super excited to have you on the show, man.
Awesome. Thank you. What's been going on in the Mil2Vet's world, man? I mean, you guys are doing big things.
Well, since you asked, we officially became the number 2 veteran podcast of veteran
What?
podcast. Yeah.
Awesome, bro.
We got invited to do a celebrity golf tournament with a whole bunch of celebrities, obviously, the whole celebrity golf tournament. We have provided training on multiple verticals from, obviously not us. We're just the face, the good looks. And then we let people do their training on both finance and other things. So it's been amazing, man. It's been super, super amazing.
Dude, that's super
Yeah,
cool.
dude.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah,
absolutely,
and
man.
dude,
I want to know, dude. It's awesome.
We got some awesome things coming up too. By the time this releases, though, they will have come to fruition. We have a comedy night that we're helping with. We have there's a big resource fair in Tacoma, Washington that Mil2Vet will be going around and live streaming with 99 Line, and we're going to be like getting some like one-on-ones with some of the resources that are there. We're going to be getting some of the one-on-ones with veterans and service members that are going to be there utilizing those resources. So, bro, there is so much going on, dude. It's insane. And I can't believe it took me a minute to realize that we were the number 2 veteran podcast, not once, but twice this year. It changes every month, and we keep hitting it. That number 1 spot, we're going for it.
Yeah.
To be completely transparent, neither one of us knew that thing existed. One of our fellow veteran.
Well, don't say that, bro. It was awesome.
No, really, no. So one of our fellow veteran podcasters sent Chris a message. Chris sent it to me. I thought he was, lying or somebody was pranking us. That was the first reaction.
It's a scam.
Get out of here. Yeah, it's a scam.
Bro, yeah, dude. So before we go too far into this, man, I always want to make sure that people know how to get a hold of you, G. What is the best way to do that, brother?
Yeah, professionally, I mean LinkedIn. If you want more of a one-on-one and stuff like that, I mean they can always go through you guys to get a hold of me, right? Especially the space I work in, my information's not out there. We do have the nonprofit emails, the Deja Vu email as well. But if it's something that's imperative, I'd rather they go through the right people. I'm not going to say literally vet them, vetting a vet, if you will. That's a no pun intended, right? But also a good way, but it's a veteran. Usually it's, no, get a hold of me if I can help a fellow veteran, I'm there, so.
So, Guidel, can you share with the audience who you are?
Yeah. So my name is Guidel Olivas. I joined the Navy when I was 17 years old. Retired out of there. And went into law enforcement after that. This is obviously the short version of everything going relatively quickly. Just retired, from law enforcement, from federal law enforcement in February 2024. So I'm kind of
Whoop
there. Got
whoop.
medically retired. Yeah, yeah, man.
Oh
So
yeah, man, that's
so
awesome.
be able to do the endeavors of what I do now, which is it actually goes way back to my childhood, even, guys. And the story is kind of out there on other podcasts that I've done. I was a victim myself. I was taken as a kid. And all this other stuff happened when it comes to exploitation and rape and all that stuff. Which is the reason, and the reason behind that is my parents, man. They worked for the Mexican presidency in Mexico, as their intelligence agencies and the Policía Judicial and all them. So obviously, probably to get back at my dad, that's kind of what happened to me. I was born in the U.S., obviously. So I joined as soon as I turned 17. Man, I was gone. I'm like, you know what, f these shenanigans. Pardon my French, but I need to get out of here and join the military at 17. And transitioned into the intelligence field, right? C5ISR with the E2C, 2D Hawkeye, went into data analytics and got deep into the obviously computer world and computer science stuff. And, I was worth doing pretty cool stuff all over. And then it transitioned, very well into the intelligence field of LE, and was an instructor there as well. And um, then I, at an early stage, helping the nonprofits fight the trafficking and fight the child exploitation, and got involved obviously in some other, heavier lifting stuff, that's geopolitical and all that. And the experience obviously opened doors and took me to meet great people, especially Chris and Yogi here, and yeah, here we are, guys. So yeah, and that's in a nutshell who I am.
Yeah, man. The experience that you had, it's going to be really awesome for people to hear, and that's why I'm like super excited to have you on here, man, because you've had a really interesting transition, and now you're going through another transition, and you're kind of like, it's almost like double dipping with you. So it's awesome to have you on here, man.
Yep.
What
Thanks.
book do you recommend to people that are going through a transition? And it's really awesome that you are going through another transition right now.
Right, right.
Uh, yeah, what books or podcasts or media do you recommend people to digest while they're going through that, man?
Yeah, no, it's a great question, man. There's there's several other things that I did, and I'm sure they're there now, right? That stuff that wasn't there before, right? So, SkillBridge, where the heck was that, right? Before I never transitioned with that, but I heard there's the transition assistance program, right? The TAP and all that stuff. Um, do not lose the contact information of the people you meet there, right? If you're eligible for it, there's mandatory components that you have to have, right? Get good counseling, get good VA benefits briefings, get good Department of Labor employment workshop, then really make friends with those people, right? As far as books and all that stuff. There's ones that I really liked that I think I still have here in my library, right? That are mm, which one was it? I'm just looking over at my shelf over here. Um, there is Onward to Opportunity. I think has great program certifications and job placement stuff. And they recommended some of the books um, that we were to read. Where are they? I think I have them here also in my notes. Um, oh, here it is. The Military Advantage, Terry Howell. Those books have terrific just resources in them on how to kind of be your own boss and do kind of all other kinds of stuff. Your next mission obviously is really really good as well. Uh, that one has like good exercises in them. There was barracks to boardrooms also. I think that Byron Chen is the author of that one, and um, it says that those specific um, that specific book, bro, goes through negotiating the salary once you get it offered. So, I mean, those are three that I could just kind of think of off the top of my head that would really help, right? Because we're not as come out, we're told what to do. We come out as from the military, man. We're like, okay, what's next, right? We're waiting for somebody to kind of guide us, and there's nobody there, man. You kind of figure it out on your own, right? So,
And without those books, would you have known that there was a way to for you to negotiate your salary? Because I think that's something a veteran that first transitions loses out a lot of money on.
yeah, because they'll take the first job offer. We're happy to get that offer. Like, oh, awesome. Oh, well, this is what we're prepared to pay you. Oh, cool, awesome, right? When they're like, no, the company. Some companies expect some kind of counter offer to be like, well, how about this? How about stake in the company? How about right? The ones that are able to give that, or the companies that are able to give that. And so to answer your question, um, I don't think I would have, or I don't think it would have been a more of a painted picture for me. Vice somebody telling me, hey, make sure you negotiate. Oh, okay, cool, whatever. Whereas when you read it and you like take a deeper dive into it, get into the weeds of things, like here's why you should do it, right? Here's the reason. There's a sense of they know you care, they know you want to, of course, get paid well. You're showing your worth, right? You're showing like all that stuff, and then um, most importantly, like hey, they want you to be paid well because they want you to stick around, obviously, right? So, and then there's other people that jump around different jobs and whatnot and don't care about the salary. Well, good for them, right? But I highly suggest obviously negotiating so you don't miss out, right? Especially if you're transitioning after, maybe only one contract with the military, right? So anything you can get is obviously helpful. So
And I'd like to add to that. I mean, I've seen people take the same job, being paid sometimes double or triple the amount of money, just because they negotiated their worth, and the company was willing to pay for that. And the person that didn't negotiate because they didn't know anything, they felt very taken advantage of. Once
right,
they kind of found out that the company was willing to pay for more, and
yeah,
they didn't offer it to them, because it's obviously the company is going to say, hey, I know you accepted this offer. Let me just give you some more anyways. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. Those companies are awesome, and I think they'll find that veterans will stick around more if they do that, right? Because they're doing what's right, and
Yeah.
that'll I think that will stick with a veteran. You know what I mean? That'll definitely stick there. Yeah, and they do the same job as they did in the military. Not obviously, not all jobs translate to that, but the ones that do, hey, they know their worth. They probably saw what they're worth, and then like, well, they got some lined up, and then the job itself is what kind of made them kind of get out, right? There's just
Right.
nothing wrong with that, but yeah, it's the research that has to be conducted because I know for a fact that it was based on they made that decision to transition based off of the thorough research and they heard it somewhere or found it somewhere. So
Yeah, you can't be your own advocate if you don't educate.
yeah, oh yeah,
So uh,
that's
that's
a
like
bar.
why.
That's a bar, bro, for sure.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Hey,
love that.
yeah. So you can't, and that's why we always ask people what's their media or what's their podcast or what's their book. That's like, and a lot of people are probably like, oh, why do you always ask that up in the front? Because
Mm,
I've heard other podcasts and they did it towards the back.
yeah,
But I think it's super important to share like these little things. And every time I read a book, man, and I digest. I mean, I just read two. I read. 3 books last week. Like, and I've digested a lot, but then I kind of go back through it, and sometimes I'll reanalyze the book, and they'll suggest other books and stuff in there, and well, those books led them to writing this book, so I'm going to read those books too. I kind of really uh, deep dive into it. So, bro, reading is super important, man. If you did not go to a college or anything like that, but you've read over 1,000 books, you're probably in a better position
I
financially and wisdom wise. You know.
Oh no, I agree, man. You could always tell when there's a well-read person, right, or a person is well-read, I should say. So yeah, I agree, 100%.
Oh, thanks for calling me out, bro. With that, I want to clarify to our audience, right? The previous podcast that Chris is talking about is our initial podcast. If you go back to the beginning of our series, we used to ask that question all the way at the end, and we felt like our guest lost a lot of information that way. So,
Okay.
again, I appreciate the
I
compliment.
appreciate you telling me what the question was, or where you would place it, man. I guess that's relevant.
Man.
Yogi, you're a handful, bro.
Bro,
just a little bit.
Yeah.
for being such a little one, he's a handful.
Stop, man.
Well, right now we're all the same height, so let's not call height into comparison right now, okay?
What's up, bro?
Yeah. Hey, Yogi's like 5'10", bro. Stop. We're good.
5'11", okay.
Here.
6 foot, whatever.
Yeah. And he looks
That's
just
awesome.
like his LinkedIn profile too.
Exactly.
Let's not talk about AI generated pictures now, bro.
So,
man.
Guidel, tell me, what if you could go back in time to that young adult, that 17-year-old young adult, and you could tell him some wisdom that would change his life in the military to make it more successful than what it was, what advice would you give him?
Oh man. Well, let me see. I had a really successful career myself. Like first time up with the obviously Navy, right? We take tests. Not all branches do that. I first time up every time, man. I cannot complain. But then and that obviously that's promotion. But the learning curves, right? I would have to say embrace that change, right? And be adaptable. Yeah, be adaptable. Transition, whether it's civilian to military or even military to civilian after, right? That's a huge adjustment, huge, and I underestimate it, right? It's like, I mean, whatever. I mean, I've seen enough movies or played enough video games to know what military life is like. No, that's definitely not the case. Yes, embrace the change, being adaptable, be patient with yourself, right? Of course, try and stay positive. Be open to new opportunities. Don't be afraid of the new things, right? There's some valuable skills in that, and most importantly, resilience, right? And I think if you serve those that are with you, right next to you, well, in the true sense of the meaning, serve, then your career is gonna just gonna shine, man, right? So I would say I would give myself that advice because that's a lot of what I learned. Right, try to seek that resilience as much as possible because it's not easy being in there. Um, I made a lot of mistakes. I'm not perfect, but there is more good ones, right, than not, and that's why I was able to definitely advance quicker. And I can honestly say it was at the cost of nobody's career, right? It was actually lifting others up. So.
Beautiful.
I think mistakes are half of the fun. And a lot of
Yeah.
hey,
Awkward.
hey, just
Awkward.
hear me out. Let me ride this out. No, man,
Let me see your
that's
red
super
stripes,
fun.
bro. Let me see him.
Yeah.
Right.
Which ones? Which
Oh,
ones?
is it which one? Stay.
Yeah. Nah, I got all my cookies, bro. So, but I think the mistakes though, like, hey, I made a shit ton of mistakes, man. But mistakes were were bound to be made if you actually did shit in there. When you don't make mistakes, is when you don't like. Then you're just literally just a lump on a log, and
Yeah.
the mistakes lead to
Cruising
learning.
along.
The mistakes, yeah, what are the most like rememberable stories that you have? It's either
Bro.
tied to something, it's tied to a
Right.
mistake
Okay.
sometimes, right? You know what I'm saying?
Caveat to that you can share in public, in air.
Oh, okay. Woo.
Let's backtrack. Woo!
Without Yogi turning red, okay? I don't want him to
Oh,
turn red
bro.
or anything.
Yeah. Yogi, remember that one time you and I in Thailand? No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
Um,
shh.
oh, my bad. No.
Again, that you can share.
Oh, there you
This
go.
is
My
not a
bad. Oh, my bad.
this is a story I don't even want to hear, guys. Don't worry.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
What
Bro.
happened in Thailand needs to stay its ass in Thailand, okay?
Hey,
Bro.
there's no asses to talk about. There's no asses to talk about.
Oh
He
man.
meant burro, bro. That's what he meant.
Oh, burro, burro. Oh, lost in translation. That's what it was.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you get a bunch of bros in the same freaking room and all we can do now is just talk smack to each other.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I don't think do you guys laugh this hard in your other podcasts or other guests, man? I'm sorry.
Hey, some of them were like that, man. But I mean, not that many. But hey, it's all right, man. Like
Yeah. No,
this is what happens when you get a brother to come on, man.
yeah, I know for sure. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it a lot. Man, mistakes that were made, it all boils down to trust, right? You'd figure and you would think that everybody has the same school, and obviously if you come from a school of hard knocks, it's a reflection of society in the military, no matter the Navy, Army, Marine Corps, what do you have now, Space Force, Coast Guard, anywhere, uh,
Hey,
any
okay,
of the
I'm just
branches,
putting
bro.
this out there
Okay,
that
so,
at
oh, did I mess
least
up? I'm
I
sorry.
okay, I'm just putting this out there, all right? So the Space Force, all right? At least we can all agree that the Space Force still is ahead of the Coast Guard.
Okay.
And if you want to just and if you're a coastie and you make a comment on this, you better be like going to my website www.mil2vet.com. You better be hitting share my story so you can come on here and talk shit back to me because
There we
that's
go.
how you got to do it. All right.
Let's go. Yeah, yeah.
Until then, it doesn't count. Until then, it doesn't count.
Exactly. It doesn't count. So you can put anything you want in the comment, but
Oh my
I'll listen to
gosh.
you. You want to come on the show.
For
Well, you
all our
have
guests that are listening, let's do a poll. Which is the best branch out there?
Yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
dude. You're really gonna
Put
go
a
there.
comment. Put it on a comment. Which branch is better? We
What
all know
if
it's not
you
the Marine
well,
Corps.
you guys have Mil to Vet podcast, man. Why don't you start a, Coastie to Vet, podcast because
I
it's
mean, that would be like an
military. Oh no, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Bro, do you know what you just did to me, man? I'm going to go buy all those URLs now.
Oh man.
Yogi's
Sorry.
like, Chris, if you buy another URL, I bought in 50 URLs, dude.
Bro, are you serious? Maybe you should sell some.
Exactly.
That's the point, right? Buy something to sell it.
Maybe by the time that he sells one, we'll be able to afford the things that we have to pay in the back end to be able to cover this.
Nah, man.
Bro, I Venmoed you to have me on the episode. No, I'm kidding.
Let's do it.
This is
Yeah,
fun, bro. Oh my gosh, I'm
Uh,
crying. This is
bro, we got to
fun.
get back on topic, man.
Oh
What's
yeah,
the other
sorry,
time
yeah.
machine question? Time machine question. What you got?
So,
Yeah, go, cool, go, bro. But time machine.
how many years did so? And I want you to cover this, right, so that you can paint the picture to our audience. If you could go back to when you got out, right? Um, what advice would you give yourself, and how early, to be able to have a successful transition, right? And I want you to paint the picture of how many years you were a part of the Navy before your transition into the civilian side and into law enforcement.
Yeah, yeah. So so 1995 through approximately 2015 ish, right? So I would say September 11th happened. Obviously, that threw the world for a whirlwind, bro. Right, and obviously, pride was already there to serve, and there was pride even more so to stay in, do what's right, serve the country, and just wear the colors and hoist the colors, if you will. Navy reference there, um, and sail the seas, man. Did a lot of cool, fun stuff, of course. But I go back to what I had said, man. It's a huge, huge adjustment, even as you're coming out, right? There's proper planning and preparation that you have to always have, man. There's taking advantage, of course, of the benefits, right? There's GI Bill, there's other VA benefits in general, um, but being resourceful while being patient with yourself, with family, with everybody that does not understand where you're coming from, man, it's key. It is key. There's I think in the veteran community an expectancy that you're going to come out and you're going to have a job lined up and it's all going to be great, fine and dandy. And I'm a veteran. They're going to hire me. They're going to give me preference. And bro, yes, but you have to kind of like stand out from everybody else. There's got to be a return on investment for the organization or company that does try to hire you. Almost like it's what's in it for them. What's in it for the with them, right? What's in it for them, and you're essentially selling yourself, right? Now you become the recruit, if you will, all over again, to say what's different from this veteran than any other veteran, right? Some companies will see you as dime a dozen. Others will say like, no, the veterans I've hired are awesome, and definitely would love to hire another one, right? But we're not all the same, with some. I'm not saying I'm special in any way. Matter of fact, maybe not hire me. Try to be as fun as I possibly can. No, but I try to be as resourceful as I can, and that has to like never stop. That leadership skill that you learned, you have to bring it in, use it outside, man. Be a leader to your family, be a leader to your community. Come and serve, right? There's that saying that you'd rather be a warrior, in a garden during peacetime than uh, go something like that, right? But
Than
it's
a
like,
gardener during
yeah,
war.
during war in the battlefield, right? And it's like, yeah, that's true. And you already have the respect, Start if there's no, community to really embrace you, then you start one, right? If there's a difference you see that needs to happen, you make that difference. So, yeah. So sorry, long-winded answer there, but
No, you're good, man. And I love that. And it really kind of plays into what we talk about all the time is building your tribe. You gotta build that network around you. You gotta find those people that are in your actual side of things, because there's some people out there, bro, that like they're around you just watch you fail. You know what I'm saying? There's people out there that are like that. You don't need that. So build your tribe with the right people. So
absolutely. Yogi,
Now
why
let
are you
me
being
ask you this.
awkward? Oh, go ahead.
Well, I wanted you to respond whether or not to test that patience that you said that you had and you failed. Just throwing that out there. What happened to that talk about patience and resiliency?
Man, I
oh
was just
my
asking you why
goodness,
you were awkward, bro. What do you mean? I wasn't impatient.
God, come on, man. Why you gotta
So,
berate our listeners, bro? Or people that come on the show, man?
our
That's messed up.
guest?
Yeah, oh, yeah, Yogi. Why are you
So
berating your
this is
guest?
about
Yeah,
berating, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
we
You're
go
supposed to
back
be nice to
to
our guests.
if he was Coast Guard, it'd be berating. But since he's
Oh my
Navy, this is
god.
friendly love, friendly
Yeah,
fire.
bro. Friendly
Nobody
fire is
said.
worse.
I mean,
Nobody.
friendly
Nobody's
banter. That's
safe.
what I meant to say. Friendly banter.
Oh, okay. Friendly banter. Yeah, I'm sure.
um. So you left the Navy, then went
Mhm,
essentially immediately into the law enforcement side, the federal law
mhm,
enforcement, and now you're retired. What
mhm,
advice would you give yourself if you could go back to maybe even the beginning and say, now that you had this mindset, right? Because some of us come into the military with that mindset of being, hey, I'm gonna go into the military, then use that as a stepping stone so that I can land into federal law
mhm.
enforcement. What advice could you give yourself in order to be successful during all three of those transitions to set you up for now being able to retire?
Yeah. Well, I can only obviously attest to what I've been through, obviously.
Obviously.
But a lot of people, whether they do or don't want to be in um, law enforcement obviously appreciates that and is a shoe in, and that's federal law enforcement, tribal, county law enforcement doesn't matter. There's a lot of vets there. Um, it's a easy transition again because of I think mostly the discipline, right? You're supposed to be somewhere, you're there. You will see things from a different perspective. You have crisis mode or crisis communication already embedded in you, right? As a veteran, like it's go go go, mission first, all that stuff. So obviously the entities obviously really appreciate and approve of that as you're coming in, right? You, that's it's not the same if you're coming in to do I don't know basket weaving or going to come in and do another type
Well,
of
you got to be talking crap on Yogi's future career, man.
oh bro I'm
No,
sorry
that.
Yogi.
Oh no, you're right. That is well. That was like the mid career. The first career we cannot talk about on the air. The mid one is okay. The future one, well, that's for it to be seen.
Okay, got it. No, but bro, it's a great question, and I think the if you want to go law enforcement, I mean, I got great advice, and it'll take a while, right? I'm not going to go into detail with the limited time we have, but I can tell you that the advice I would give people, no matter what career they're looking for in the transition phase, even myself, I think would have to be um, know the niches that you really did in the military because they're so vast, they're so big. You are capable of more than you know. There is obviously I worked in that specific field, right? Whereas intelligence and data science, in the aviation community, aviation like intelligence was born from aviation, right? In the geo intelligence side. Um, but there's so much out there that's open source, right? That is, we study statistics. I was also a recruiter. In recruiter, they gave us a sales certification. You could come in and be in sales, and then all of a sudden make bank outside, um, or be a recruiter yourself, right? Because that's you could be you already know the steps of being a recruiter. A recruiter out in the civilian world makes really really good money. Um, there's also the perspective of um, logs and records, right? The stuff that we did. So becoming logs and records for a like big aviation big boy like Delta or American Airlines or I mean you name it pays really really good money. So those niches like don't have one resume per like that you pray and spray with. Have a specific one for a specific position and emphasize and elaborate. And now with the use of AI nowadays, man, that should be relatively easy if you know how to prompt it right. And I have some great prompts and just like the queries I made when I was in data analytics with Spaywar, now called Navwar, right? Um, so yeah, just use the tools that you have and the skills, and really emphasize on into specific job you're hoping to grab. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question, Yogi.
Yeah, bro. Um, um, while you're going through your transition, man, you know, now you're going through your second transition. You've gone through the first one when you went into federal law
It's more like
enforcement.
third.
Yeah, third. Right? Yeah. So transition in. You know, what was it that it took you? Like, what kind of mindset do you have at it today versus the other times that you're going through? Like, what do you think your mindset has changed? Seeing how you're a little bit more experienced in these bigger transitions now, what is your mindset now, and what did it take to get to that?
Yeah. Well, first, mindset, man. Of course, mindset is everything. Um, I do want to tell you that I obviously still struggle. Like I'm sure you guys do as well, right? With the traumas, with the stuff we did, with everything that it's kind of back there somewhat. Sometimes even to face, sweats, fears, nightmares, you name it. It's there because what we do is not normal. It's not normal for the everyday, right? There's a small percentage of us that are actually veterans, and even smaller percentage that have gone through actual wars, right? Or different combat experiences, you name it. So it's been a roller coaster to answer your question, Chris. It has its highs and lows. There's times where you know um, the true imposter syndrome kicks in towards like, man, I'm not cut out for this. This is too much. This is way above what I know, what I learned, right, or what I like. But then to know that you could still learn, right? Uh, that's like, man, I could do it. I got educated. I have my, degree on something, or I earned this on something, and it's like, okay, so that obviously the sense of accomplishment is still there. Um, so the mindset for me is, no matter what, always keep learning. Always keep learning. You don't know everything, but if you keep learning, especially if you follow, say, your passion or something you really want to get into the weeds on, um, everybody I feel in the military, every veteran is a multi-potentialite. And I read it's a TED talk that I really enjoyed called multi-potentialite, because we know so much, we'll get into something, sometimes get bored, and now we want to do something else. Hey, that's fine. That's the type of mindset that you may have, earned as you change through jobs in the military, or in leadership positions, or in responsibilities, or in right. Um, but it always boils down to having a way with people, because the stuff, no matter how techy or how hands-on or like machine uh, heavy blue collar type job, it doesn't matter. All that can be taught, it can be learned. It's the way you have with people that is going, to really develop you as a person and the mindset that you have. Because people, it'll come back to you. People will be the same with you. They'll remember you for certain things, the way you treated people and what you said to them, right? I think it's a great saying by I think Maya Angelou. It says, people will forget what you said or did, but they'll never forget how you treated them. It's
How
along the
you
line.
made
I'm
them
messing
feel.
them up. How you made
How you
them
make them
feel?
feel.
Yeah,
How you make
yeah,
them
man. I'm
feel.
messing up the sayings, but those
It's
are
all
like
good. It's
those are
all
the one.
good. You added a
Oh,
little
that's
more
why I have you,
fluid to
Yogi.
it. It's
Thank
all
Yeah,
you.
good.
bro. Bro, I was so like, oh yeah, man, this is really good, man. And wait, now I gotta tell him where it is.
You messed that up, bro. Hey, yeah, how
What
you
the
made
hell,
me
man?
feel, bro. Hey, you're always gonna remember
No,
how I made you
no.
feel. Then this
Hey,
dude's
Yeah,
Chris,
you made
dumb.
me
Chris,
feel
he was just
disappointed.
testing us. He was testing to
Oh,
find out whether or not we were really red, or we were just making sure that we sounded good. It was all a test.
hey, can you edit
Oh
this?
man. Nah, this is going on, bro.
No, that's funny, bro.
Bro, that's what makes
Hey,
this show so good, man. It's because
Guidel,
people see how we actually are, man, and they
Yeah.
see
did
us.
we just trigger
Yeah.
some of your PTSD? It's okay, bro. It's okay.
Wait, bro, I'm trying to be all preachy here, and then you're like, wait, I messed that one up. Oh, bro.
Hey man, you just said we just talked about mistakes, bro. It's all right, man. This is gonna
Oh,
be a memory.
for sure. It's awesome.
We got that covered, bro. I got you, bro. I got
Yeah.
you.
Bro, you're good. See, you make mistakes with us. Like, yeah, I guess.
So I want to touch on something real quick,
Yeah.
and it obviously for everybody that's watching this on the YouTube or the video or the shorts, they keep on seeing Deja Vu,
hmm
Deja Vu AI. What is that?
Yeah. No, great. Well, since you asked, like you said, uh, yeah, no, bro. So, Deja Vu AI, man. So we're a pattern and image recognition company, whereas we're teaching the neural networks or the algorithms, right, machine learning, on the big example we have on the website. You take the Mona Lisa, right? Everybody knows what the Mona Lisa looks like. Um, what it is, even if it's upside down, inside out, backwards, forwards, flip, doesn't matter. If you see it, your brain will process what that is, right? AI and machine learning cannot do that, right? You have to have the specific setting to be able to do that. So what we do is our algorithm is so darn good, man, that with just 0.5% of an image of the original, we can detect the pattern and where it came from and what it is and all that stuff, right? So take a pattern recognition image, uh, being able to be detected anywhere in the world based off just a minimal, right, in 200 milliseconds. And our API and our software, or whatever you want to call it, can run on something as big as a NVIDIA supercomputer that's processing a lot of data to a small little Raspberry Pi or even a laptop. That's how awesome and pretty crazy our technology is. And the brains behind it, obviously Johnny Kessler, the co-founder, and the software engineers. His name's Ted. Those guys are amazing and brainiacs. And me working with the data stuff, right? It's a easy transition. Now I got connected with these guys based on a lot of the anti-human trafficking work that I've been doing for quite some time now, because Tim Tebow is actually one of our like main investors, and Tim Tebow Foundation and what he does, goes along those lines.
And who
And
doesn't know who Ted Tebow, Tim
Tim
Tebow,
Tebow, yeah,
Wow. Ted,
Tim Tebow,
he
yeah,
said Ted, and then he said
yeah, he's the
Tebow, and
founder, yeah,
I took them both together. Anyways, no,
hmm
that's Tim Tebow's organization is doing some awesome things. That guy is
yeah.
just phenomenal. I would love to hear how you guys were able to get connected with him. That's
Yeah, so it was Johnny and some of the Deja Vu AI guys were in a presentation, and he was there, right? Because Deja Vu was born out of being able to detect the patterns that are used in specific child exploitation data, and they'd be able to detect, see if it's being used anywhere, and see where we could trace it back to, right? Which is pretty crazy stuff. And once he saw the technology, he was just like shocked, like, whoa, like, and he's like, what do you guys need? Right. And then he was like sold from the moment. Right. And yesterday, the Deja Vu team was with Tim in Atlanta. There's some pictures out there, and ATII was there, got invited as well. So, like, two of my favorite, obviously, one that I work for, one that I serve, with the organization in the nonprofit world. They were together yesterday with the Tim Tebow Foundation, and Tim was there talking to him. And yeah, there's a picture on LinkedIn, and if you go to the Anti-Human Trafficking Intelligence Initiative LinkedIn, it's on there, bro. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so that's kind of what we do, Yogi.
the what got you down this path of learning how to or working with the AI? Why is this a passion for you?
Yeah. Well, obviously it's the latest and greatest that's kind of out there, right? But me already coming a little bit from that world, developing the different queries and the SQL language stuff that I did for the Navy, right? Being a data analyst, data scientist, and making all those. Well, you're familiar with 3M, all those 3M summaries, and what making those decisions, that the CEOs making those decisions. It was kind of a shoe in, bro. You know what I mean? And little did I know that it was going to blow up like this, right? data is the new gold, and I agree. It's what companies want, what tech companies want, what they're basing decisions out of. So it's like, man, I guess I picked the right career and the right field to join the military with. And once I started learning all the neural networks and everything that it takes, I was like, oh my gosh, I actually know more about it than I thought. So I know, so I'm taking the applied artificial intelligence, Master of Science degree currently with the university, and you know, uh, I didn't know that I had the capacity to be there or learn with the greatest minds, man. I'm like, no, I don't think I'm smart enough, man. But yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so. If you're an aviation administrator out there, keep the data science, knowledge up, because this is the future. So,
Is there how for someone that wants to get into AI, what advice would you tell them to start? Where would you tell them to start?
I would say, um, everybody knows obviously the Chat GPT stuff and the Open AI and all that stuff and how it works, right? If they want to learn how the specifics on where it goes, I have a great thing that I put together that gives you the history of it, right? Gives you the history of the AI. It gives you the types of AI, the based on the functionality and based on capability types of AI, because that's the two things they're kind of based off of. So it gives you a rundown of the concepts of it, right? Just a snippet of each. I'm up to about 54 pages of writing it, and obviously a lot of businesses need to get into the AI world because they will be left behind. But I'm that's open source. I can share that, no problem. But you know, if they want to talk more about it, get a hold of me, and I'll make sure I explain it as much as possible, and how it could apply in your life and your business, both. So
Yeah, brother. Hey, we need to get you back on the show in
oh,
the
thank you.
near future, because there's some of like your mission and the thing that I really want to talk about. Your mission that you have, bro, is something that interests me. Uh, because I'm a father, two, I'm an American, and three, I hate anything. I freaking hate pedophiles. So I really want to get you back on the show to kind of talk about some stuff that us as veteran dads and military dads, moms, parents, just we need to hear. So,
Sure.
um, bro, thank you so much, man.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, maybe a special episode would be good because, I mean, I know the majority of the things you guys focus on, which is amazing, and I'm very appreciative of, is like that transition, right? Because you want to help as many veterans as possible with that transition. But in any case, if it's if you do maybe a special podcast or a special show, I'd be happy to come on and have maybe two or three others on the show, man, and have that deep conversation, that fireside chat, that needs to happen, So absolutely.
Perfect. And with that, Guidel, we want to thank you. You are not off the hook. You will be coming back, or we'll hunt you down, and we'll.
Uh
I have a particular set of skills that can be put to
oh.
use.
Hey, can I
Good
just
luck.
hire Deja Vu to find you, bro?
Well, that's what I was
Bro, they
gonna
have my.
do, but you know.
There's gonna be like Goodell call Chris and Yogi. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm calling right now.
No, but seriously, bro, thank you for coming so much, and thank you for sharing. We went a little long-winded, a little bit off script. Partly it's my fault.
Sorry.
Uh, it's okay. No, but it was an awesome show, and we want to bring you back and finish the conversation. And again, I appreciate you. For everyone that doesn't know, now you know, or you're about to find out that Guidel will be the master of my ceremonies for my retirement. And it is gonna be
Oh,
my retirement ceremony. It's official. It's gonna be out on
it
the
is.
internet. So boom, came back out anymore.
Oh man, why'd you do that? It's an honor. Yogi, it's an honor, brother. I appreciate that. And man, of course, yeah, 100 times yes, brother. I'm so honored that you asked me. So
Yeah,
Oh,
brother. Hey, thank you so much, man, for coming on here, man. We really do enjoy having you on, dude, and we're big supporters of yours.
thank you, bro. Appreciate that. All the vets out there, love you guys. Appreciate you.
All right, Mil2Vet tribe, you guys heard it. You guys need to connect with G on LinkedIn. It's going to be G Olivas on LinkedIn. You'll see in the comments his LinkedIn link, and if I butchered his name, it's because I'm sorry, dude.
No, you got it right, bro. It's all good.
Oh shit, man, I got it. All right, so all right, remember, brothers and sisters, it's not all rainbows and unicorns out there. It's your transition. Take charge of it. Mil2Vet out.
Peace.